look back in our era, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson's, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley's, we earned what we got. When the corporate America came to us, we had a game that could validate their admiration
and sponsorship and all that, yeah.
Now they get that before they play one game. So in essence, you're paying the kid off of potential.
You don't think that's good?
No, because I think it sets a bad work ethic. When you get something so easily, you're not going to work as hard. Back in our era, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson's, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley's, we earned what we got. When the corporate America came to us, we had a game that could validate their admiration and
sponsorship and all that, yeah.
Now they get that before they play one game. So in essence, you're paying the kid off of potential.
You don't think that's good?
No, because I think it sets a bad work ethic. When you get something so easily, you're not going to work as hard.
All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. Me brother Yahweh Call from Great Millstone, Orlando. And, you know, I just found this rather interesting, you know, because I'm going to go ahead and jump into this here in Ecclesiastes 10. Ecclesiastes 10. As a matter of fact, before I grab that, I'm going to grab this in Sirach. You know, Lord willing, being the heirs, the joint heirs. All right. You know, you got the parable of the servants, you know, that were given specific talents. All right. And basically, you know, the return for flipping those talents, you know, not hiding our talent under a napkin, you know, in return, you know, as the parable states, you know, given, you know, charge over 10 cities, right? You know, the other servant given charge over 5 cities, you know, just roughly paraphrasing. Again, just going into the responsibility or the responsibilities. All right. When it comes to Lord willing, what we are getting ready to inherit as far as the kingdom of heaven. All right. We're learning that process now, you know, being lords as Israelite men. And again, Lord willing, being those judges, those rulers, again, that joint heirship, being the future rulers. All right. Again, we're learning those responsibilities, again, being lords in our own realm as it is. All right. You know, that's why I like the scriptures go into, hold this. I'm going to go to this. And was that 2 Corinthians 6? No, that's not it. Let me try 1 Corinthians 6. No, that's not it either. Actually, yes, this is it. You know, one of my favorite things to meditate on. All right, because, you know, Jake, talk about 2/3 of our people. You know, they love the responsibility, or excuse me, they love the title of being called kings, right? Being called boss bitch, and you know, all these, they love the titles. All right. But again, Jake, they run from the responsibilities of what it is to be a kings. All right. Quote unquote bad bitches. Right. And so on and so forth. They stray from the responsibilities. And that's why the scriptures say they reign like kings without us. All right. Well, again, Lord want to be a part of that joint heirship. We are learning the responsibilities. All right. And that's why the Heavenly Father is dragging his elect through the mud. All right. Because that's why I'm going to get this. Slacky, I'm kind of all over the place. Second Esdras, I'm sorry. Ecclesiasticus. Let's go ahead and grab this real quick. In Ecclesiasticus 17:7. With all he filled them with the knowledge of understanding, and showed them good and evil. All right, so you see, as kings, judges, rulers, which kings understand both sides of the spectrum. All right, as King Solomon said, him giving his mind to know righteousness, good and folly, and madness, roughly paraphrasing. You see, because that's what it takes. Again, you have to be dragged through the mud. You have to experience the necessary evil, all right, in order to properly judge. And not only that, to truly appreciate righteousness, all right, because Lord willing, we're a part of that number. When we get set back up in power, all right, under the rulership of Yahweh Shai, being, our spiritual king. And then, of course, under him, you're going to have our physical king, King David. All right. And then, from there, you're going to have the proper order. Because even Yahweh Shai told the disciples how they're going to be given, they're going to be judging the 12 tribes of Israel, So, you see, again, we're learning those responsibilities as we speak. This is why we had to experience the necessary evil. All right, because at one point, we had it. All right, going back into the time of the garden, right? We were like spoiled children. Everything was handed to us on a platter. All right, and that's why I like how this was broken down. Even though this cat Michael Jordan, even though he's a coon, he's a sellout. But nevertheless, he did have a valid point, because a lot of these guys, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and so on and so forth, pretty much what they got, like he broke it down, they earned, versus these guys in the league today. And this is why, a lot of people attribute the NBA to basically being just watered down. Is the game today is totally different than it was years ago. And why is that? Well, a lot of these guys, they get the perks before the hard work. They get those perks before the hard work, and they don't truly appreciate it. They're the dedication is not fully there. And we see it with a lot of these young guys coming up in the sports arena, all right, especially when it comes to the NBA, like it was broken down, these guys, they get these perks, they get all these millions of dollars and endorsement deals and things of that nature before even playing the game, and this is why we see guys like, pretty much going off, like this dude, talented Jakes too, like what's his name? Ja Morant, this dude talented as all hell, but here it is, he's getting in trouble for, portraying a certain lifestyle, right? On multiple occasions. You see, man, like I said, make no mistake about it. A lot of these Jakes, they're talented, but, they don't truly appreciate, the craft, because the perks are given to them prematurely, and again, that's why Lord wanted we are of that number, because I think about it all the time about how a lot of these guys, and I'm talking about just in general when it comes to these so-called celebrities, all right, again, these people, man, they're making all these millions of dollars. You get the fame, they get the women, so on and so forth. More than most will pretty much experience on this side, you know. Um, and they end up blowing it. They end up bugging out, you know. They end up becoming freaks and losing it all, right? Well, why is that? Well, because you know, they don't know how to, again, deal with the responsibility of what comes with, you know, the riches and the fame and the women, you know. And again, I think about it all the time because you know, there's a lot coming to you, hopefully elect Akim. All right, blessings are coming. The increases are coming. You know, and if Yahweh Shemal Shah didn't prepare us as He is now, you know, if He didn't prepare us, because again, we are learning the responsibility. All right, we were all, for the most part, at one point, just using this as an example. When it came to Isaiah 4:1, you know, we you know, we were all excited. You know, all these women are going to be, you know, coming towards brothers and whatnot. You know, but you get to a point where you're not really worried about that. You know, it becomes less important. You know, because I mean, growing and maturing, we see, and brothers know. You know, especially if you brothers that have women, you might be dealing with one woman. You know, one woman alone is enough. Now, just imagine having all these different, you know, women, you know, all these personalities. You know, we can kind of foresee already. You know, I've been to a point now, even when I think about Isaiah 4:1, if I be one of those men, if I be a man of the Lord, I'm already aggravated. You know, I'm already in my mind, you know, just pre-aggravated. You know, because like I said, you can kind of already foresee what's going to come with it. All these women, you know, all these personalities, and it's going to be responsibility, you know. But nevertheless, again, just to make the point, this is what we're learning: the responsibilities, all right, of what it is to be kings, judges, rulers. So that's why, again, in Sirach 17:7, withal, He filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil. So you see, all right, because I'm going to go to this real quick. And I'm going to go back to this. In Ecclesiastes 10, that's why this was a necessary evil for us to experience. Because, you know, when righteousness is established, that's when we'll truly appreciate righteousness. Like I said, at one point we had everything. Everything was handed to us on a silver platter, you know. And you don't tend to appreciate something when you don't work for it. You know, when you know, you don't really value it as much when it's just given to you, and you don't really work for it, you know. Because everything that we do, hey, we're working towards the kingdom. So that way, again, when the kingdom is established on earth, hey, we're truly going to appreciate the kingdom. We're truly going to appreciate righteousness. That's why it's all going to be worth it at the end of the day. Because again, before the fall of Adam, we had everything. All right, everything was handed to us on a silver platter. You know, we didn't have to work. We didn't have to till the ground. You know, paradise. You know, but now that was taken from us, and now that we have to, like the scripture say, by the sweat of thy brow, you know, Jake has to work. You know. Well, again, when paradise is reestablished on the earth, we're going to truly appreciate it. Ecclesiastes 10. Ecclesiastes 10. I'm going to start at 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. So seeing this, being in the condition that we're in right now, Esau being on top, it's like, damn, did the Lord make a mistake? You know, and of course the Lord did make a mistake. but he had to teach us a valuable lesson. All right, this wasn't a mistake. The Lord knows exactly what he was doing. That's why it tells you in Jeremiah, why that has caused me to err. All right. The Lord made us go off for a reason, to teach us a lesson, a valuable lesson. Something that I always say, man, it's like, damn, it's been a tough taught lesson for the heirs, man, for the sons. This has been one hell of a lesson. All right. Verse 6, folly sit in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. And like the brother Nahoya says, the best punishment for a prince is to make him a servant to the servant. And that's exactly what the case has been for the heirs, being servants to the servant, to these servants. All right. And more particular, Esau, Edom, out of all people. You see, that's been the best punishment. Because look at the state of the condition of the earth, especially under Esau's rulership. You see? So, again, that's why it's a necessary evil. All right? That's why it was necessary for the Lord to drag us through the mud to teach us this valuable lesson. All right? That way we're going to truly appreciate it. We're going to truly appreciate righteousness. We're going to truly appreciate the kingdom. All right. I was going to go to 1 Corinthians 6:1. Hey, man, in the kingdom, we're going to have time to really, because in this kingdom, we don't have time for anything. We're so bound to time. Jake doesn't really get to sit down and really think, just sit back and meditate. Well, in the kingdom, we're going to have all the time. We're not going to be bound to time. We're going to have all the time. And I was just thinking about this the other day, because I didn't understand it before when I heard certain brothers say it, but I get it now. And at first I was not with it, because in the kingdom, again, we're going to be in the kingdom. Everything's going to be perfect, and so on and so forth. So I didn't agree when brothers made certain statements. But I wholeheartedly agree, and I've been to a point where, I actually might be one of those brothers where, in the kingdom, in the kingdom, because brothers talk about how, hey, you might not see him, other than the high holy days, because they just want time to just marinate, in the kingdom. Some brothers just might, want time to really just soak it in, because again, this has been one hell of a kingdom. It's been one hell of a captivity. It's been one hell of a time served. And in the kingdom, some brothers might just, you might only see them come the high holy days, because they just, they just want to be somewhere and just, think and just meditate and just really just sit back and, just let it marinate, I've become one of those, I might be one of those where, hey, y'all probably won't see me till Passover, because, hey, I'm gonna be off somewhere, just marinating, man, just letting it sink in, like, damn, 1 Corinthians 6:1, dare any of you having a matter against another go to the law before the unjust and not before the saints? Yeah, because it's bad enough Esau being an unjust ruler, an unjust king, but you rather, go to an unjust system, go to an unjust ruler, unjust king, rather than, dealing with the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, right? Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters? So like I said, we are all lords in our own realm. This is why brothers are put in position to where, we have to judge matters. We have to deal accordingly, applying wisdom and so on and so forth. Because the world is going to be, like I just said, the world is going to be judged by you. It's going to be judged by us. And that's not a small task. All right. It says, know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? So you see, and brothers were talking about this this past Saturday and Sunday, you know, because even when it comes to the angels, you know, um, you know, the fact that the angels, man, you know, because this seems like an eternity, an eternity, an eternity for us, but the angels, man, you know, the earth is what, roughly 2 weeks old. You know, creation itself rather is what, roughly 2 weeks, you know. So, you know, I mean, you know, the angels, they're just sitting back and just watching all this play out, you know. Because think about it like this, you know, the angels, you know, they're already in those celestial bodies, you know. So they don't feel what we feel. They don't go through what we go through, you know. So, you know, because that's why you have different accounts where our forefathers encountering the angels, such as John, the Revelator, right? You know, encountering the angels, and you know they bow down in reverence to the angels, but the angels are like, hey man, don't bow down to me, don't reverence me, don't worship me, you know, because in any case, you know, we are the real celebrities, you know, because again, the angels, they don't know what it feels like to get sick. You know, they don't, the angels don't know what it feels like to be depressed. Like I said, they're sitting and watching, you know, these things play out, but they don't know what it feels like. You know, they don't know what it feels like. You know, they don't go through what we go through. They don't get hungry. They don't experience pain. They don't experience what we experience. They see us fall and they see us get back up, you know, but they don't know what it feels like. It's like, damn, how did he get through that? You know, like, what's that like? You know, they don't know, you know. So that's why, like I said, in any case, we're the real celebrities to the angels. And in fact, we're going to have that rank and authority over the angels. I've said this before several times. Even when it comes to the spiritual demon Satan, you know, something happens, you know, JB quick to curse Satan out, you know, but that's one of the brothers, you know, in the kingdom. Hey, Satan, you know, brother's gonna be kicking it with the spiritual demon Satan, you know. And again, we're gonna have those rank and authority over the spiritual demon Satan and all those demons and all angels, period, you know, under Yahushai. All right, we're gonna have that rank authority. We're gonna be judging angels. You know, we're gonna be the ones giving the commands. You see, but how do you expect to be in that type of authoritative position if, you know, like I said, you know, judging the smallest matters here on earth? You know, I'm gonna read that again in verse 3. Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? If then ye have judgments of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. So you see, before we get the you know, the perks, we're learning the responsibilities. All right, and that's why we have to work. You know, that's why we have to work. That's why this was a necessary evil. We had to experience this evil. All right, we have to know good and evil to be proper judges, to be proper rulers. All right, and that, you know, that's just the case of the elect. All right, going through this necessary evil, understanding righteousness and evil, righteousness and wickedness, understanding good and evil. All right, and that way we're going to truly appreciate everything. You know, we're going to truly appreciate life, truly appreciate the laws, statutes, commandments. You know, we truly appreciate Yahushua, truly appreciate righteousness, you know, experiencing this necessary evil versus, because, you know, it's easy for the Lord to just create us and, you know, all we know is good, you know, all we know is righteousness, right? Which, like I said, that was the case at one point, you know. We didn't really know evil like that. We didn't know what evil was like that. You know, everything was handed to us on a silver platter. We didn't truly appreciate righteousness. But boy, going through what we've gone through, hey, you best believe we're gonna truly appreciate it all that much more, you know. And of course, it starts now. Like I said, you know, we're already to a point where we appreciate the little things as it is now. You know, that's why even in the kingdom, man, it's like I said, man, it's just gonna be a real like woo moment, man. You know, it's just gonna be like, man, you know, we're truly gonna appreciate righteousness. All right, when the kingdom come. All right, when righteousness is established. You see, so you know, I just like this. Like I say, even though this coon, all right, this sellout, but you know, he had a valid point. You know, you know, a lot of these guys that were already established and pretty much, you know, they're you know, pretty much their resume speaks for themselves, right? Um, you know, they work for what they got versus these guys in the league now. You know, they're pretty much given all these perks before they even, you know, before they've worked for anything, before they've done anything, and you know, we clearly see the effects. You know, so you know, it just had me thinking. You know, but yeah, Lord willing, this is edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Shai and Shalom to you, hopefully, like.